It's time to whip off that bra, pour a glass of your favorite wine, and join us for this week's Drinks at 6 podcast. Welcome to the first podcast of 2016. This week on Drinks at 6, I'm here with the lovely Monica, and we're going to talk about a few different topics this week that we think will help kickstart our year for the new podcast. Monica, I believe you're going to talk to us a little bit about what this year is about. We're going to talk about Star Wars, The Force Awakens, and the new Pirelli calendar. Have we gone too far with feminism and loving our bodies? Then we're going to talk to you about the newest product this week in Vegas at the Consumer Electronics Show. It's the Biometrics Smart Bra, and we're not sure if it's going to change our lives or not, but it seems to be like the hottest little piece of wearable technology. And we're going to share a new feature with you, which is our Girls, Geeks, and Gadgets. And every week we're going to bring a gadget to you or an app that we think is going to help enrich your lives. So, Monica, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year 2016. Woohoo!
So
I've been doing some research, but first I wanted to start with a little, you know how I love my universe.
I know you love your universe.
I love my universe. Not uterus. Well, I love my uterus too, but
and
universe.
Do you have your own universe, or are you talking about the one that we all kind of share?
My own. No.
Okay. Tell us
Maybe
about
that's the problem.
Your universe.
So there's a lot of exciting things happening in 2016, but I always think when we start anything new, it's great to start with intention and to let the universe know what it is that you need and what you want to make whatever situation in your life the most fulfilling, most amazing, most spectacular.
Is this like the law of attraction stuff that we've talked about? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on board.
You're on board?
So far.
So last Saturday we had a new moon.
Right.
I don't know if you knew about that.
No. Well,
but
no.
A good friend of mine told me that Monica, you need to step up to that new moon because it's the best day to make a contract with the universe. So,
do you wear like outfits and
I have like a
cover
Ziggy
yourself in
Stardust
fairy dust?
kind of
Okay.
Yeah. I look like David Bowie, and I go out to.
Do you howl the contract? Like what shit goes down here? No, I'm sorry. Carry on. It sounds like I kind of wish I was there and videotaped this. Okay, so you're on with your ceremonial contract.
So my ceremonial contract, the thing about this new moon, Jacqueline, it was all about renewal, which is fantastic because it was the first Saturday of the new year. Well, it was actually the second Saturday. When was New Year's Eve? I was too drunk. I wasn't connected with the universe.
It was my husband's birthday, so I don't.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So anyways, renewal. Renewal is possible when we are willing to do the work necessary to experience it. So a lot of us have things in our life that are maybe holding us back. You know, we want to move forward in something. We don't know how. We see the end and we see the hope, but we just don't know how to get there. So this moon was all about that idea of renewal and that we have to do the work that's necessary to get to that point. It's not just going to happen.
Right.
And I love that because I think a lot of times we think, you know, if I just change my attitude, this and this could happen. But I don't know how to do that. And if I just do this, then this can happen. And then I'll be happy. But this is more about, there's this really good website called Shani Nicholas. And they talked about that new moon. And basically what they say is when we are willing to risk our pride, when we are willing to put what we've got on the line, when we are dedicated to a course of action, no matter the desire to quit, when the going gets rough, renewal through review is what this lunar cycle calls for, as both Mercury and Jupiter station retrograde a few days before the new moon in Capricorn. So, what? Pass around the Ziggy Stardust. So basically, I think what the message is good because it's okay I know this sounds kind of weird, but it's okay to do the work to get to where you need to be. And I think a lot of times for those of us that are into the law of attraction and talking about all this stuff, we think if I put it out there, it's going to come back. Hey, universe, I want this. Okay, when's it coming? When am I getting it? Like, you know, but we are powerful people. And if we take action and we accept that we want this, this, and this, and we have a major setback, don't fall back to that setback. Like, keep pushing it forward, saying, okay, got the setback, got it. Now I'm pushing forward again. And renew, like, keep exfoliating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
kind of makes
really
the law of attraction thing sound like Amazon. Yeah. And then this thing is all like, now I got to work. Which I'm fine with that. It's just kind of like, I like Amazon. It's great. And you did that. Did you do it naked? I don't know, but
of course.
But it's interesting that it is a little bit different than the law of attraction, right? Mm-hmm. Because the law of attraction is simply, I don't mean to simplify it, but it's putting it out there.
It is putting it out there.
Whereas this is like putting it out there, but you know, building a roadmap, you have to work towards it, which makes a lot more sense to somebody who's pragmatic like me.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, of course you have
and
to
I
work at
think
it.
as we delve deeper into the law of attraction,
as
the podcasts go on,
spoiler
we will
alert.
address that.
Okay.
Because there is action in the law of attraction.
Oh.
There's action in the law of attraction. I think I just figured out
you are a poet, Longfellow.
I'm a poet. I don't even know it.
Okay, well, we look forward to hearing more in future podcasts on the... But I think that's interesting. I do see your new moon ceremony, and I raise you. Maddie and I also welcomed in the new year with what started off as a gratitude jar. But gratitude is hard to explain to a 4-year-old, so turned into like an accomplishment jar, which is also hard to explain to a 4-year-old. So right now it's a hybrid of whatever she tells me to write down. We fold it up and we put it in the jar, and then we'll read it at the year end. And I'm writing things like, hey, I pulled 2 all-nighters because my kid's a nut job, but I still went to spin class. So this is what I'm happy for today. Or, you know, whatever. And she did a cartwheel on the couch for the first time, and that was hers. So that went into our jar. So we are using our gratitude, happiness, accomplishment, I don't know, chore jar to give us a sort of different perspective on the new year. And I'm trying to get her and I to think positively about what we have and not what's going wrong or what we don't have.
See, you're setting an intention.
See?
I love it.
Oh my God, I
see
set
that?
an
See how you did
intention.
that?
Totally did that. Yeah.
Do you know what else you may or may not know, Jacqueline? Do you know
Probably
this is
a
your
lot.
year?
This is a good chance there's a lot. I don't know. My year?
It's your year. It's the year of the monkey.
Ooh.
The Chinese horoscope.
Oh, so listeners, if you are lucky like me and born in 1968, I'm going to have to share my year with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So what's up with the monkeys?
The monkeys, there's lots going on. So officially the year starts February the 8th in the Chinese horoscope.
Oh, so I have time to get an outfit. Okay.
You got time to get an outfit.
I'm going to Joelle's.
And you and I think we should both dress like monkeys and talk to the moon together.
I think that sounds completely atrocious, but you should go ahead and do it, and I'll videotape it. I'll Instagram it.
Instagram it. So I thought you might like to know, Jacqueline, a few of other monkeys born in different years that you may or may not look up to, but you share this year with. Diana Ross is one.
Okay.
Elizabeth Taylor is another. And Omar Sharif.
Okay, so are there any living people in
that,
my year? Wait, hold on.
I didn't go for living people.
Wait. You might have to clarify this because I'm quite sure Elizabeth Taylor and I were not born in the same year.
Oh, no.
Seriously.
No, so monkey, it's you know what, I should have done my research a little more. It's every so many years cycle.
Okay.
No, and Diana Ross and Omar also are completely different years than you.
Yeah, thank God.
So monkeys, I love monkeys. I have a lot of friends that are monkeys.
Okay.
Monkeys like to shake it up.
Shake it up.
Monkeys are the most fun-loving, funniest friends you can have, and they also are like, you think you're going one way with them, and whoa, no, you're going another way. Like, they're very
That's
playful.
funny. My husband calls that hormones. That's
no,
monkey.
It's just the
no,
monkey.
It's a monkey.
Just say
it's the monkey in me.
Monkey paws. Monkey mena. Monkey.
Monkey.
Perry monkey paws.
Sure.
I don't know. So what they're saying about the year of the monkey is that this year is all about personal and individual accomplishments. So when you look at when the year is over and we look back, we won't see a lot of movement happening in groups. We'll see individuals making big changes in the world rather than groups of people making changes.
Okay.
So, and the other thing is that they're encouraging people in general to move forward and make strides in life. So if there's anything that you've been wanting to do, wanting to accomplish, and you're sort of holding back on it, the year of the monkey is the best year to just run with your ideas, embrace like anything, your imagination, and go ahead with like something you want to invent that's new, and don't look back. If it doesn't work, do something else. Like, that's the whole message. Like, try it, doesn't work, do something else. Just keep going, because this year is all about planting seeds and taking calculated risks. So they're not saying to go around recklessly doing everything, but if there's something you know that you've wanted to do, for instance, for the Drinks at 6 website, and you're like, well, I don't know if my reader's really going to like that or not. They're saying do it, test it, see if it works. If it doesn't work, move on to something else.
That's funny. That is exactly in my business plan this year, was to not change our podcast, obviously, but but to modify the content on my site to be more personal. And so anyway, it felt a bit risky, but I like that. Now I have reinforcement from the monkeys.
You do that. From yourself. You are the monkey.
Yes, and the universe.
Yeah, and monkeys work very well as individuals focusing on one idea and bringing something
okay.
to life.
So it's going to be a good year.
It's going to be a great year for monkeys.
Yeah. Does it mention anything about like losing 10 pounds or anything?
Of course. Yeah. I'm going to look like Cindy Crawford. You're going to be Claudia Schiffer by the end of the year. No problem.
Okay.
Awesome. Like, come on. We're already.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Yeah.
It's a good thing you can't see us. Okay, well, that's an excellent start to what's good news. And my year starts in February. So I've got like 13 months technically with this knowledge.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of jumping the gun. It's January.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Good to know.
Fantastic. Before we go to the next topic, I do have one quick thing.
Yeah.
Monkey, I love your bacon wrapped figs.
Well, I'm glad you like them. Okay, so I'm really glad you like them. So I took the bacon, wrapped around the fig, and broiled it, and then I covered it in a balsamic reduction. I do like them. I just find there's a little too much sweet, too much fig, and next time I do them, I would do like blue cheese, walnut in them as well. I've had them like that before. But
and when are we having that kind of?
Next time.
Okay.
And I'm also going to try the bacon wrapped avocado frites on you.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, wait for that one. So before we move on, I just have to tell you my mummy moment. Mm-hmm. So over the holidays, I was taking Maddie to visit her grandparents, and it was like a dreary, gray winter's day. And I said, let's play I Spy. And so I did. I Spy with my little eye, something that's purple. Well, that's my phone, and it was brought like right in direct view, right? I made it really simple. And she said, oh, your phone. I'm like, oh, you're Mensa. That's amazing. So then it's her turn, and she says, I spy with my little eyes something that is gray. I'm like, okay, kid, are you kidding? We're on a highway. It's gray. Every car that we're driving past is gray. There's guardrails, buildings. I guess everything. She's like, no. Okay, Maddie, Mommy doesn't want to play anymore. What is it? And she goes, your hair.
What?
Yeah. I'm like, okay, what are they teaching you in JK? Obviously not your colors. This might be dishwater blonde, but this is not gray. Yeah. Anyway.
Whoa.
Yep. This is all going in the file for when she wants to get her driver's license or whatever she wants. I'll be like, no, you got some things you got to work off right now.
Holy smokes.
Yeah. So I'm going to tell you that the other day, my husband and I played hooky, and we went to Star Wars: The Force Awakens. And I have to admit, I haven't gone to any of the recent, like, Star Wars movies. Not since I was a kid, because I love the original Star Wars cast. And then...
So he didn't make you watch all of the movies before you went to this one, just to refresh you?
No, I've seen... I mean, there was, like, the trilogy we saw when we were kids, and then there was, you know, the Star Wars movies that came out in the last decade, which were no longer, you know, Carrie Fisher, Han Solo, Mark Hamill.
Yes.
I'm like, you know, it's a different Star Wars now, and I wasn't interested. So, but this one I heard had Carrie Fisher in it, so I thought, okay, I'll go. And it was 3D, and it was eye candy beyond belief. It was a spectacular movie. Like, I loved it. I would definitely go see it
I have
again.
a question about the 3D.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go, Wayne and I are going to go this weekend.
Yeah.
So no spoiler
Okay.
allowed. But what do they call it? Spoiler
Spoiler
What did
alert?
they call this thing? The
It's a
Wolfgang
spoiler.
channeling section
Wolfgang
of the-
came in.
Okay. But when you see it in 3D, is it like you're making out with Han Solo or no?
In your dream. Well, maybe not in your dreams when you see it. No. But it's like, you know, the big, the rebel ship comes and you feel like you could put your finger out and touch the tip of it. It's so cool. It's awesome. And the chick who plays Rey, she's the heroine. She's amazing, like just amazing. But when you see Carrie Fisher, like I got shivers because I was so excited. And you know, it's 30 years since she did Leia. Now she is a, oh my God, what is she? Captain, I just forgot what she is. Anyway, sergeant, whatever. I don't know what she is. Anyway, but she's not a queen or a princess. She looks fabulous. But I sent you that article. There's been a ton of shaming comments on Twitter. Even, like, shame on you. Even a journalist was talking to her about her looks going down the toilet and how she hasn't aged well. And I thought, you know what? There's two other dudes in that movie who did those movies with her who are as much older, who look as aged as she did. And they didn't say anything about these guys. So I thought it was real bullshit. But it was more like... You know, a journalist should know better, but they don't. So it was also the, like, people online, you know, those kind of cowardly people who hide behind their fake profile names and blast all these insults. So she blasted back, as only Princess Leia would do. And she basically told them, you know what, F you. Like, who I am is about, like, my assets. It's not about my looks. And she says something fantastic.
I have the quote.
Okay, say the quote.
Do you want to hear the quote?
Yeah, I do.
I read the article.
Because it's awesome.
And that was so great. I'm glad you sent me that because... Okay, everybody, are you listening? Is everybody listening?
Yes,
everybody
we all
better
are.
be listening. Screw beauty. It's superficial anyway. And my other attributes matter way more than my appearance.
And then she goes on to say, you know, beauty and youth are not accomplishments. Like, and it's such a well-spoken thing to say because... Yeah, you know, being 20 is not an accomplishment. And, you know, if we're all lucky enough to get to be her age, we're all going to look our age. Like, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? So I loved, you know, I'm going to put a link to this article because I could go on about this topic for hours, but it's a great article and there's a lot of articles about it. Read the Rolling Stone one too. But anyway, what I found interesting about the article and the one I sent you that you just quoted from is they go on to talk about feminism and all this, you know, new messaging where we want to love our bodies and we're kind of trying to course correct from the past. And then the article near the end points to Oprah Winfrey as the spokesperson for Weight Watchers.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I have her quote too. Should we say that?
Yeah, let's hear her quote.
That one again because... So what she says is, inside every overweight woman is a woman she knows she can be. So my instant reaction to that was, screw you, Oprah. Like, you're just telling women that if you're overweight, that's, you know, that's not good enough to want to be that, blah, 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 blah. And that's kind of where the messaging we're kind of learning right now, you know, this love your body, love the skin you're in. But I think that what's happening is we're seeing two polar opposites. Like, you're either like Oprah saying, you know, I want to lose some weight and then I'll be at my ideal weight, appearance, that'll be my goal. Right. Or you're, you know, saying love your body and who cares about what you look like. But I think that both of them are inaccurate in their own way. And I think somewhere in the middle is where we probably need to be. It's okay to want to lose weight. Right.
It's okay to want a better version of yourself. But if you've got like thighs that are a certain shape, that's the way you're built. You just, you can't.
Yeah.
You gotta learn to love
You've
it.
got legs. You're walking.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
doing pretty good.
But I find that like, I think we're still trying to settle in the middle there somewhere.
And it's interesting because that Oprah quote, when I read that, and I think because I go to Weight Watchers, I'm a lifetime member. I've been doing it for years. The thing that I love about Weight Watchers has always been that they don't necessarily focus on the ideal body. They look at the ideal body weight. This is the body range, the weight range that you want to be in for your height. So I'm 5'10". My range is 135 at the very lowest and 170, I think it's 175 at the highest. When I'm set 175, I feel like I'm overweight.
Yeah.
155, I'm a happy camper. Do I want to be 135? No, but that's not what it's about. It's about, where are you comfortable in that range? Because that's where your body mass index is good. That's where you're healthy. So for Oprah, when I look at her and I look at her body and what she's gone through, her own personal struggles, because that's the one thing we all love about Oprah is, as powerful of a woman as she still is vulnerable.
Yeah.
She is very open about how she's worked through her body images, her relationships with men, all of this stuff. So here she is. She's become this American woman that a lot of people will argue has been more, powerful than a few of the presidents that have been in power since Oprah's been around.
Yeah.
And she, like, not to sound like, but she's had all this weight she's been carrying around, being extremely uncomfortable, extremely self-conscious, hating her body. Like, she said that stuff, right? We know that.
Yeah.
And now she's buying into the Weight Watchers thing because it makes her feel good. And what she said, I think, is coming from a place of, I'm not talking about get the skinny girl out and be successful. I'm talking about this is a place I can go to where I can be healthy.
Yeah.
And feel good.
I think it's kind of crap for us to really try to, ram down people's throats. Hey, carry an extra 30 pounds as long as you're happy, which is fine. But what if it's unhealthy? I mean, weight around our middle and our older years, not good. I personally one day would love to have a boob reduction because having big boobs is hard on your back. It's hard. It's uncomfortable in bras. Like, it's not about, I want to look like a supermodel or I want to look like this. It's my ideal of comfort. It's my ideal of what's healthy for me. And I mean, I think where we need to kind of figure out is a healthy positioning or a sort of good way to think about this is not to say, totally embrace it. I mean, if we don't have a challenge, if we don't ever try to improve, we have no goals, but also to say, it's not skinny either. I think if we could, and this is just as big of a challenge, if we could say, if you want to be a better version of yourself, that's where I think we should be kind of playing in that space. And by being a better version, this is where it's tricky. I mean, a better version being what you see as a better version for you, not what society tells you to see, not what you look out and see in society and think, oh, I'd kind of look like that. If you could brainwash us all into believing in our own ideal of better, and then that's what we were to, then I think that would be a healthy body image. Yeah. But that's tricky because we do look out for a benchmark on what better is. If we could kind of look inward and go, well, I feel better when I weigh a little less. I feel lightheaded and tired when I've lost too much weight. I feel better a few pounds more. Like, yes. If you could just like tune into your body and feel where you're better, that would be some really
I know,
great...
even little things like, okay, I don't mean to get like gross here or whatever, but how about over Christmas I had too much sugar and I was constipated, so I feel better when I don't have sugar because I want to have a nice regular good digestion, like there. And I think too it's that's a really good point, Jacqueline, because when you're in tune with your body, our body is our machine. you know, and if you were at work and the photocopier wasn't working, you'd be freaking out. Well, maybe, is it really important, the photocopier? I don't know. I don't know. Bad example.
Scanner,
if
the
you're at
holograph
work
machine.
and what was it called? When we were at school.
Dittos?
The ditto. If the ditto machine wasn't working properly, you'd be on the phone to 1-800-ditto machine.
I don't think they had 1-800 and you had no IT departments back then. You'd be like, who colored the ink on
if your iPad wasn't working. But I think, you know, for a lot of us, we go through life fast and furious, especially in our 40s. We're just trying to like manage it all. And we don't pay attention to our bodies, and we feel like crap, and we don't know why.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, if you can just take 5 minutes to go, oh, I didn't have my lemon water this morning. Got to cleanse that liver. And, you know, I didn't have multigrain bread. I brought naan bread.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, like, but all this stuff, it all affects us. So it's not even just about the weight. It's about the power of this. Like, how are you fueling yourself?
Mm-hmm. So like you said, it's about, you know, if in an ideal world to me, it's not about embracing all the extra pounds and not trying to aspire to lose them just because now society is telling you, hey, love all that because that makes you confident. And it's not about shedding 40 pounds to be wafer thin on the other end of the spectrum. It really is about being in tune with your own body and having your own expectations of your body and not placing expectations of other people's bodies on your own to try to achieve someone else's body. Yeah, right? Like that's right. And that's a tough challenge too. I'm not saying that's any easier than telling someone who's overweight to, hey, just love your body. I mean, it's a mind shift. It's going to take a long time to get people to think that way. But, you know, I've got a 4-year-old who's like Play-Doh. I can mold her to look inward and find her ideal body shape there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's absolutely right.
Yeah, so I'll be working on her.
Yeah. So that's right.
Yeah. So anyway, the other reason I find that interesting is because it is becoming a bigger topic, and brands are like really tapping into this. Obviously, we've talked about Dove and Always Whatever, but Pirelli. You know, huge brand, dude brand. And they always put out their calendar with scantily clad models. And this year, they have come out with their calendar and they're calling it Women of Distinction. And so instead of their models, they've focused on women who they think are women of distinction, and they've had Annie Leibovitz shoot it. So it's an incredible calendar. I mean, it's got Amy Schumer. I mean, she's wearing no top. She's like in this very demure, awesome pose. She's unapologetic. It's got Yoko Ono, Serena Williams, Patti Smith, Kathleen Kennedy. There's like a whole, obviously there's 12 of them. No retouching. No retouching. So, you know, it's funny because you're like, wow, that is, even a model feels uncomfortable with no retouching, and she's got zero fat, right? Like, I just think it's fantastic. I only saw 2 of the images and they were great. Like, they were awesome. And I honestly think, you know, how confident am I really? Like, could I really put my assets out there for a month of this calendar? Assets? I don't know. But it's amazing.
Interesting. Okay, so what do you think? I have a question for you. Like, what do you think is driving this? Because we come from a generation of, we looked up to girls like Cindy Crawford and Claudia Schiffer. Like, we were the supermodel generation. Yeah. Like, they were celebrities. Now, I don't really know any supermodels except for,
well, they're
can't
like,
remember her name.
But
exactly. Anyways.
They're a dime a dozen now.
Yeah. Like, it's not a big
You don't have
anymore.
The iconic, like, Paulina Porcova.
No. They were like rock stars.
Yeah.
And we all wanted to be them. I went to the Judy Welsh modeling age. I was 5'10". I'm like, I'm getting my butt down to 120 and I'm doing this. And no, I didn't. Too much interest in the bratwurst. But anyways, I wasn't going to eat celery sticks.
Well, had you done it, we wouldn't be podcasting today. So
exactly. I don't think I'd be here. But anyways, so the question about what's driving this is that when you look at that shoot that Annie Leibovitz did, and these people, these women that came forward and said, "Yep, I'm going to do this," they're showing their raw, authentic self, and that is what 2016, 2015. That's what it's all about now is,
Yeah.
you know, when you look at social media, the more raw you are, the more authentic you are, the more you show who you are, and it doesn't matter what everybody else is doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you gain followers. That's when you gain.
Well, we're taking away that glossy image
Yes.
of magazine, TV, whatever, and where people were observers, and now we've created a more engagement society where
Exactly.
we're connecting to YouTubers or Instagrammers because we're seeing their authenticity, and they're relatable people.
Mm-hmm.
They're not 2D people who are photoshopped to be people that they don't even know.
That's right.
So-
And who do you think like did this? Is it our generation that's
Yeah.
created this?
Oh
or
yeah,
is
it's
it...
totally You're the Monkey.
Yeah.
It's all the 1968ers.
The 1968ers went, let's take this world and shake it up.
No, but you know, I think like Dove and those brands started the movement. And you know, I know that there are naysayers out there, and I hear you. You think Pirelli's doing this to jump on the corporate social responsibility bandwagon? I don't give a rat's ass why they're doing it. I just know that my daughter's going to see the calendar, not know their motivation, but see that as something that is held in high regard.
Yes.
These women who are not, you know, perfectly curvaceous molded models, these women who are flaws and all, are amazing women, and they're being touted as amazing women. That's what she's going to see. So whatever the reason the brand does it, I don't care. Just keep doing it.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's my rant. Anyway, you're going to love Star Wars, but wait till you see like Carrie Fisher. I was just so excited to see her.
Oh, I can't wait to see her.
I just want her to be my mom. Yeah.
Oh,
she's great. Like, she's so great. She's
Yeah.
a general. Sorry.
Okay,
Was
you
I
know
saying
what? I
sergeant,
think I'm
corporal?
gonna get. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I do want to do the. I'm gonna get Wayne to pull out the Star Wars movies and watch them over the weekend in preparation for.
You don't really need
but
it.
maybe just number one.
Yeah.
Or is it one?
You don't
I
need
mean,
any
the
of
one
it.
that we. saw
Honestly,
as
you don't
kids.
need to. You don't need to see them because it's the old cast with a new storyline. Trust
Okay.
me, you don't need to.
Okay, I got a word of the day, by the way.
All right, you're not going to
But-
cheat because we're in a new year.
It's going to be a little bit of a variation on.
On
I'm
the truth.
picking a word that you. I'm picking a word. I have to get all my resources together here. I'm
Wolfgang,
picking a
the
word.
force is strong
Let me
with Wolfgang.
explain this to you in a way. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so
That even you,
You
can
will
understand. Oh, I channeled him.
he's here all the time. Okay, so and I have to say that one thing. So when my dad was alive, I had this. Actually, I invited you a couple because we only did it for 3 years, and you couldn't make it both times. But do you remember I had a mother-daughter weekend at the cottage? So
Yes.
all of my girlfriends were invited to come with their daughters, and of course, I don't have a daughter. Well, now I do. I have Boink.
Yeah, and you have mine because she called me gray-haired, so she's yours.
Oh
now.
yeah, and Maddie. But so, you know, me and my mom and then all of my friends with daughters, and it was a wonderful weekend, but we had to change the name from the mother-daughter weekend to the mother-daughter Wolfgang weekend because my dad, we always did it in October and the weekend after Thanksgiving, and my dad insisted that he must be there to keep the fire going and make sure the women are taken care of. And oh my God, it was the best. So that's where, if anybody's listening about, you know, the Wolfgang thing, that's why I always say he's here in the girl cave, because
Yeah.
if any man would ever break through the no men allowed, it's Wolfgang.
Yeah.
And other friends would say to me, hey, Wolfgang's, is it okay if my son comes, or can my husband pop by? And I was like, actually, no. I actually said to my friends, no. They
It's a
can't.
girls' weekend.
It's
A girls and Wolfgang.
And Wolfgang.
Maybe he thought he was like Charlie from Charlie's Angels.
He was Charlie.
Yeah, he was like, here's me and my
Oh,
babes.
Totally.
Yeah, what a Casanova.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
loved
Wolfgang.
it. Oh, he's so good. Okay, so in memory of Wolfgang, this is a nice word. Pumpernickel. You already
Alright.
know.
Okay.
So I know you're going to know what it means, and I know you're probably going to be able to use it in a wonderful sentence. But what we're going to get to the bottom of is the origin of this word, and I don't think you understand the origin. So go ahead and
have
do
to
what
figure out
you
the
want to
origin?
do.
Yeah. She lost her
Okay.
money in the vending machine, and I had to pump her nickel out. No. What?
I love that.
Is
it's
it
not
true?
Good. It's not accurate, but you actually broke the 2 words down, and that's part of this.
Oh, it is.
It is, Jacqueline.
Okay,
that's
is
fantastic.
it?
And this is also dedicated to my mom because she wanted us to talk about Pumpernickel.
Okay.
She brought this word to my
Moni's
attention.
mom, this is for you. What is it English?
Nope.
Oh, come
It's Deutsch. What the hell?
So I have to know
Pumpernickel
Deutsch?
Brot. Yeah, you have to learn German.
I have to.
But you did your sentence, so
Okay,
so
let's
you're
go with
good.
that.
You're done.
It's vending machine related. What is it really?
So the origin of the word, it's 2 words. So Pumper, the word pumpern in Hochdeutsch, which is High German, means to break wind. To
See,
fart
I was totally
in
going to say
in
that.
the most sophisticated way. Pumpern.
Okay, so
Okay?
just so I have to stop you right there. I'm thinking of pumpernickel bread. So
Yes.
you've already ruined pumpernickel
So-
bread for me, but carry
Yeah.
on.
Okay, yeah. So the nickel is a German word, or it's derived from the Germanic language, which means goblin or devil. So
Farty elf?
a farty devil. So what it's describing is what the bread does to you when you eat it. Okay?
Okay.
So anyway, I was like, I'm still not exactly clear on this origin. So I went to this website. It's hilarious. It's called thestraightdope.com. And they describe the true origin of pumpernickel is nearly as strange, if somewhat less savory. Pumpern was a High German word similar in meaning to the English fart. So chosen because, like the word achoo, is imitated. The sound is described as you say the word. And nickel was a form of the name Nicholas, an appellation commonly associated with a goblin or devil. Example, Old Nick is a familiar name for Satan. I did not know that. Hence, pumpernickel is the devil's fart, allegedly a reference to the bread's indigestible qualities. We were just talking about digestion.
Oh my God.
And hence the effect it produced on those who consumed it. So, ladies, if anybody's had too much sugar over the holidays, get pumping with the pumpernickel.
All right.
That's all I have to say.
But do not have it at your wedding.
No.
Or on a first date.
date.
Or 40th. I'm just going to say stay the heck away from the devil's fart. My kid would love this word because she's all about potty words right now.
Isn't that the best?
Oh, it's a devil's toot. It is the best. Okay, so right now, well, you know, it's actually over now, just finished, the Consumer Electronics Show, the CES show in Vegas. Which is like the best of the best, and it's like this massive show, must be there every year kind of thing. So one of the wearable technology items that came out of it, like, you know, when you see sort of the top 10 things from the show roundups or what's coming out of it and what are people talking about, it's boobs, baby.
Yeah.
It's the biometric smart bra.
I love it.
Yeah, well, you should, because you told me about
I
it.
know,
so-
I told you about it. And the company Ohm Signal that's launching this smart bra,
Yeah,
they're
Canadian.
Canadian, eh?
Of course they
I
are.
love
Canadians know boobs like nobody
Yeah,
else.
baby.
Yeah,
So
so
$150. They're
Right
expected
now
to
it
start
is.
shipping in the spring.
and I've got the link to where you can buy one, but you know, don't just go right now and buy it. Wait till we tell you what it is.
Yeah, wait till we tell you what it is. Okay, I have one question before
Okay.
we tell the audience what it is. Have you ever used one of those Fitbits?
Okay. I've had several Fitbits, and I'm anti-Fitbit right now, only because it's not the Fitbit itself, it's the damn strap. Every single one of them breaks in the same spot, and then I finally took, the first time I took it back, the girl told me, I bought it from Rogers, well, your wrist is too small. Like, I'm not sure that's a plausible reason for my Fitbit to keep breaking, so they did replace, because you know when you buy it, you get 2 straps.
Okay.
So they replaced it, and they gave me 2 new straps, and all 4 of them have now broken. So I've given up on the Fitbit.
So, Jacqueline, let me ask you a question. If you could
Let me
find that
answer.
technology in a bra for $150, would
If
you
I
buy
could move
it?
it from my wrist to my nipple, sure.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
is a wrap.
is a wrap.
But so it doesn't. Okay, so does it do? Okay, I don't know if anybody out there has used the Fitbit, but you use the Fitbit, right?
No,
No?
I never have. No.
Okay, so the Fitbit, it monitors like your steps, and then you can tell it what kind of activity you're doing, it so it can accurately monitor. Like if you're riding a bike, but you have it set to walking or something, you're not gonna get the proper calculation. So you kind of, you just have to go in and readjust. And it measures, you can also use it to calculate how much sleep you're getting, your caloric intake, how much you're burning, all of that stuff. You get reports from it. Like, it's a fantastic idea. You can challenge friends on Fitbit. So, my friend Robin Key and I, she was challenging me one day. We took on each other as challengers, and you have so many steps you have to achieve every day to meet your Fitbit goal, because you plug in what your goal is, how much you weigh, how much you want to weigh, how much you want to lose. And I remember, one day I took Maddie for a run in the stroller. So I made it up to my daily quota by 11 a.m. And I got a text from Robin saying, "You just hit your daily quota by 11 a.m. Were you running to the liquor store?" So it's a great inspiration, because you see, oh crap, she's already at half her daily goal. I've got to get off the couch. So
that's great.
So it's great for that. And I've also tried my FitnessPal, which I found frustrating beyond belief, because with my FitnessPal you have to put in everything that you're eating. Mm-hmm. So if you have a BLT, what kind of bacon is it? Is it maple leaf? Is it this? Is it prime? To get a really accurate reading. And half the time the stuff I plugged in wasn't in their system, so I'd have to customize it. And honestly, I found it so much work that I just couldn't do it.
Yes.
I can't stick to a program like that. But from what I understand about the biometric tracking smart bra, is that it is used to measure distance, pace, breathing rhythm. Also tells you your fatigue levels during workouts, which is good because you can see when you're optimizing and when you're not. Mm-hmm. And your heart rate and calories. There's other metrics, and I'm sure that you have more, but I don't think it does exactly the same thing that the Fitbit did, but I'm not sure I have enough information on it.
Okay. Yeah. And I think, when I was reading the article too, it almost sounds more medical to me. Like it's measuring your cardiovascular.
Yeah.
It's more about, I don't know how much it is actually about burning calories and all that sort of stuff, as opposed to, what you're sort of, it's looking at heart rate zones, your recovery time.
Mm-hmm. But what's interesting about that, right,
yeah,
is one user who gave a testimonial about it, mm-hmm. Talks about the insights that it provides you with, so not just during exercise, but when you're done, right? Mm. So you can have a look at your sort of exercise regime, and you can see your estimated recovery time, and then your push score, which is you've just done an hour-long workout, but then the app tells you that in that hour, you exercised at a light warm-up level for 45 minutes of that workout. So then you're kind of
feel defeated.
Screw that, I'll just go eat ice cream. Well, so it's obviously going to help you optimize that workout.
Right.
Right? But I'm not sure that I want to spend $150 on that. Mm-hmm. Unless it pushes my boobs back up into my ribcage. Brings them up from the navel. Back up there, baby.
I know. And I also, when I read this article, I was thinking it would be great for someone that's really into it. Really, I don't know, somebody that's going to go for the Olympics, that wants to measure every single thing. Where am I? I don't know if it's good for those of us that just want to get our 45 minutes of cardio in every day.
But what it might be good for, if we could all share a bra, is to wear it during your workout to mm-hmm. see, for example, in that hour, or you're in your 45 minutes, you're mm-hmm. really only doing a light job. You're not really in your calorie burning zone, right? So mm-hmm. then you can readjust your workout, right? So you're always in your optimal fat burning zone. Then when do you need the bra after that? You really continually need the bra.
Yeah.
Can we share the bra?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't
Is that
get
gross?
it. I just had a deja vu.
What?
It's weird. I don't know.
Trust me, we have not talked about digital bras before.
No, we haven't. But you know what I like? I like to get my heart rate up and then do the old 2 fingers on the, what is this area of your
jugular?
Neck? Yeah.
Yeah.
High on the left to the right here.
I'm not
What's
a doctor.
That?
I am not
thyroid
a doctor.
area. Am I is in 10 seconds am I getting 27 beats? Yep, burning fat. Good. I'm good.
Okay. I don't. Yeah. I just know if I can't breathe,
that...
I got to be burning something. I'm either burning through my artery walls or I'm burning some fat.
Yeah. I think the moral of this story is, let's not
What is the
overthink
moral?
it. Just get out there and move. Move your ass. No,
Yeah,
I don't.
I think you gotta, again, being in tune with your body, you have to know when. This is definitely great for a certain kind of person with a specific exercise objective. It's not for me.
I think they should make them for men because there's so many.
Well, they do. They have a shirt version.
Okay, I didn't get that far.
Yeah, it was a long article.
Will it notify them if they're having a heart attack?
No, I don't think it will do that.
Okay.
But
That may be something to add in
Signal has a compression shirt kit for men, but they are like $275 and more if you throw in like high-end apparel partners like Ralph Lauren or something. So anyway, I mean, there are sensor-filled clothing out there from other brands. I think the idea is smart. I like the idea of wearable technology in a lot of ways. In some ways, I just feel it's so Orwellian, but it's just not for me. I go to.
I like that.
You like that word?
Yeah.
Damn, could have been a word of the week. But I love going to my spin class. Almost fainting, getting off, going, wow, I'm way better than you yoga ladies because I just burned 1,000,000 calories.
Yeah.
And
Where
then
are you
walking
spinning these days.
just at Yoga Athletics around the corner here on Queen. Best spin class ever.
I want to go with you sometime.
Come with me.
Yeah.
9:30 in the morning.
Okay.
No, but we could do a later class.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's 45 minutes. I'm used to.
I love spinning.
Years ago, I did the 1 hour ones, which I found too much. Like, I remember once I threw up yogurt in my mouth, and I thought, I don't need a workout like that.
Yeah.
But this one is 45 minutes. You really sweat. You're really working the whole time. And then you get out, and I'm not that sore. Like, we do a good stretch.
It's so good. You know,
Yeah.
you know how they always talk about, people talk about a runner's high?
Yeah.
Oh my God. The only time I've ever felt that is in a spinning class.
If I went to yoga after the last week I've had with my daughter waking up every night from 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. wide awake, I'd fall asleep because yoga relaxes me.
May I just right now point out what a powerful woman you are?
Why,
Your
thank you.
child is keeping you up all night and you're still spinning?
I know, but it gives me that runner's high so I can work for about 2 hours and then become mega
Jacqueline.
bitch for the rest of the day. Because I'm like, I am so angry at all of you.
Wow.
And then
But
when
I
poor Greg
commend
comes
you
home,
on
he's
that.
like, you're really kind of bitchy. I'm like, you know what? How come when you're an asshole, you're an asshole? But when I'm sleep deprived, I'm a bitch. Like, I am sleep deprived. And this is your fault. You knocked me up. And even if you
Good
didn't,
comeback.
it's still your fault. Because you're a man.
Excellent comeback. I have a stupid spinning story I have to share with you.
Share the stupid spinning story.
So the endorphin rush. I used to go to Good Life Fitness.
Yeah.
Back in my corporate days, I did a 6 a.m. class, 6:10.
Oh, you crazy lady.
And one day they played In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins. And it was a hill climb. So we were doing like the
big
I can
slow.
feel it coming, right?
Yeah.
And then, you know, the drum roll, the powerful. So in that moment, before it started, she goes, and drop it. So you drop all the tension.
Oh.
And you have to
Ouch.
like go as fast as you can. I started bawling my eyes out. Like
What
heaving, crying, like, oh my God.
I would have been like,
so
sweat.
Crazy.
Eyeballs
it
are
was-
sweating, guys.
yeah, sweat.
That's all this is.
No, it was
Not a
just
big
this
baby.
like I was so into the song, and then she went, "Drop it!" And whatever happened in that like feeling of my legs burning because I'm going up a hill to like nothing at all.
Oh my God.
It was like this goblin came out of my belly, and
Not
I don't know.
Not
what
a gassy
happened.
goblin. Not a pumpernickel.
A pumper. Maybe I.
Wait a minute. Let's not go there.
Yeah, I had the pumpernickel after the class. Not before.
Well, that's why you
Okay.
bring that little towel, right? If you're going to hide your face, if you're going to have a meltdown. I want to
Okay.
end today's awesome podcast with our geeks, girls, and gadgets.
yeah.
I am not at all a geek, and you're not a geek, but I aim to be a geek. Remember when geeks
Yeah.
weren't cool? Now I want to be
We're
a geek.
geeks of our generation.
Yeah, we are.
I like
That's
the
true.
Wonder Woman and the.
And I was a geek in high school, so I'm technically still a geek, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's
We're
just
just
that
not-
it's cool now. Yeah.
Yeah. now,
So,
but now we're not cool because we don't
now I'm
really
not
know
getting
that.
bullied for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, haha.
Yeah. You showed that.
Haha, cool girls. Pays to be a geek. So there's this woman who lives in my neighborhood. Her name is Maria. She's Spanish. She's about 80. She doesn't speak English. She doesn't read. She can't read. So on our street, when you put your recyclables out, wine bottles and beer bottles, tons of people come and collect them because you can get money for them. And I noticed that, we have this recycled small one bin that I put on the porch. And then on the side of our house, we have the big bins that we put out for the garbage. So I could tell that there is this one same person coming, most of the time, because when other people would come, they would just take the bottles and leave a mess on my porch. But when Maria came, she would take my bottles, and then she would pick up the rest of what was in my container, bring it around to the side of the house, empty it into my big container, come back and sweep my porch. I always knew it was this one person, so I caught her one day. And, of course, I can't talk to her because she can't understand me and I can't understand her. So first time I caught her, I found out her name. And I didn't know what language she spoke, and, I was trying to figure it, but I knew it was like Spanish or something. So then, anyway, we sorted that all out somehow. And so I wrote a letter. She has a son. So I wrote a letter for her to give to her son, for him to read to her. And it basically said, thank you. You don't need to do all this for me. Like, basically, you're taking my trash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide my bottles so that only you know where they are, because, other people were collecting them. Now I've become known on the street for this. So everyone brings their bottles to me to give to Maria. And now Maria doesn't know that other people are bringing me their bottles. So Maria thinks I'm a raving alcoholic. So anyway, so then last Christmas, I put all these bottles out and I got a card from Maria and I gave her a gift certificate to Loblaws, and someone else took it, which is stealing my garbage and my gift certificates. So then I was pissed. And so working from home, I can tell when Maria's here, I can hear her, and I'll run out. And, so one day I ran out with my laptop and I was like, Maria. And I tried to I quickly went into Google Translate what I needed to say to her. I translated it and then I said it to her. Well, then she answered me. I'm like, oh, crap. What? I don't know what you just said back. So then we're back in this, can't talk.
So she didn't go on and...
No, because she's 80 and she doesn't speak English. She can't read. So anyway, so everyone on my street knows my plight. Like, has anyone seen Maria? I'll put it on my Facebook page because I've got all this stuff for her. And here's what you say to her. I've translated it through Google. Yell it out to her and then she'll know, and blah, 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 right? It's become a mission of mine.
You are awesome.
Ridiculous.
I love this.
So anyway,
So thoughtful.
I finally found her this Christmas. I waited here for a week, constantly running out to find her. And because I had this gift for her, but I wasn't going to leave it. I saw her, ran out, gave her a big hug, gave her Christmas gift, and then whatever. And I'm like, there's got to be a better way. So I found out that I have a Samsung. So I'm looking. If anyone knows the Samsung, the Android version, let me know. But on iPhone, you can get iTranslate. So I can literally, it does not up to 90 languages. I literally set it up and it listens to our conversation and it translates it. So Maria and I can actually have a conversation through iTranslate, except that I don't have an iPhone.
Wow. So
that's an app.
There's got to be.
Everyone should be.
Too.
Even if it's basic translation, right? You're going traveling. You're going on a cruise. You're going to different ports with different languages. You need to know the basics to get by. This app will save your ass.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
cool
love
app,
it.
eh?
It's great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I want to go to Germany and...
I don't think you need to.
I know German, but...
Yeah. Go
then
somewhere
I
where
just don't have to be drunk all the time when I'm there to... No, I'm just kidding. Understand it,
honey,
speak it
it's
better.
alcohol. It's not love. Thank you. What an awesome podcast. And listeners, I hope that you will remember that if you have any images you want to share with us, hashtag us at Drinks at 6 because it'll show up on our live Instagram feed on the page. And look for the comment section. We'd love to hear your feedback. Is there anything you want to talk about? You got an app or a gadget that we should be sharing, or new wearable technology? Because who doesn't need to know that stuff? And as always, as women in our 40s, we're always looking for the help with the hormones. So any tips you have of making it through, just share with us. I hope you're going to stay tuned because next week, Monica and I are going to talk about a little bit about business. We've got a topic about sabotaging your business. What would you say? Your business goals?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Self-sabotage in the business world. We've got a really fun idea on making fitness fit into your life, and one that drives me crazy: Why is it we refuse to wear reading glasses? We'll hold a menu 10 feet away, but we'll still say we don't need glasses.
I don't need
What
glasses.
the hell? I know you always say that. And then you wear mine. Get your own. Anyway, thanks so much for joining us. We hope you have a great week, and we look forward to chatting at you again next week on Drinks at 6.
Ciao.
Cheers.